Hey YouTube, it's your boy Danny. We got,
Hey guys, it's Dribbles. How's it going?
and then we got,
Yeet.
you already know who it is. So today is a very special day, close to Hallows Eve. We have the coveted pumpkin and my cat, Julio Jr. For those who don't know, I have a cat named Julio. He's a black cat. Good luck in Japan.
But are we in Japan?
Yep.
I know, but are you in Japan?
They don't know that.
Are we in Japan with the OCG?
In the OCG.
And
So you know, guys, the road cat isn't that small. Julio is a chunky Garfield-looking cat.
Yeah, he's pretty Garfield.
Yeah.
But anyway, so moving on with what we got, moving on with the important things. We have a very special deck profile. Again, I know you all hate it when I say very special deck profile.
It's not special at all. He just thinks it's special.
I just think it's special.
But-
We got the
But
Gengar dice.
You know, with the theme of what we're doing here, it is kind of a special
Special
deck.
occasion.
To go with the theme, I guess. The theme of what month it is and what's coming up upon us.
I guess you're right. You got me there.
You got
You caught me on turn 2.
Caught me on turn 2.
Always.
So we have D.D.Ds.
Did spit it out?
The different dimension demons, the deck that ran the OCG for a good while, and also helped destroy the TCG for a little bit. And then Lynx came out, and then they said the deck was dead. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the deck is not dead. The deck is powerful. The deck has plays. The deck can make an ending board with Crystal Wing, number 38, Titanic Hope Harbinger. And, the light went down. The spooky.
The freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out at
night.
night. And Siegfried, Curse King Siegfried. And we'll be getting into the monsters, and we'll be talking about some of the combos and some of the plays that you can do. So, sorry about the long-winded intro, but let's go ahead and get into it.
It's
Rudy,
not sorry.
do you want to go ahead
Nah,
and...
this is all you. You go for it.
No, Rudy, hand me the cards.
It's like right.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I'm just here to just be here.
So the cards are in order of importance. We have our first card, 3 of D.D.D Savant Kepler. He's your searcher. He searches your what are they called? Contracts.
Yeah.
He searches your contracts, and your contracts search your monsters. So that's pretty good. He can do all that. He can make your Linkuriboh. He usually starts off making your Linkuriboh. He's level 1. You can 1-for-1 him. Very good card, very good support. I wouldn't play any less than 3. If you're playing any less than 3, I'm sorry to tell you, you're not playing D.D.Ds.
You might as well play 4.
So the next card here is Swirl Slime, which you saw in our exhibition match that I was using Swirl Slime quite a bit. This deck is actually, it kind of revolves around Swirl Slime now, especially since the new monsters out, the High Flame King Genghis. Hashtag free High Flame King Genghis.
Where'd he go?
No, right, where'd he go?
He really left?
He was gone for 3 years. I'm always gonna say that.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? So this card will let you fusion summon from your hand, using him as fusion material and another monster. And the other monster that you usually want to use is your Necro Slime, who, for a while I was playing at 2. He fusion summons from your graveyard by banishing himself as fusion material and another monster. And now it's very important that he's level 1, because you use Swirl Slime's second effect to banish itself to special summon Necro Slime, and then you get extra plays off. Pretty good card. Can't say much about it. Can't say much else about it.
Correcting himself there.
We have D.D. Lamia. She's a very important card to the deck. Tuner, level 1, can special summon herself from grave. She's good for facilitating plays. She's one of your combo facilitators, which in this deck you're going to find, if you play it, you draw You draw D.D.D. Lamia, D.D.D. Swirl Slime, D.D.D. Necro Slime, and a contract. You have the nut. You have the combo. You have everything you need. So up next is our level 8s, which I play 3 of. Which I play 6 total level 8s, but I play 3 Thomas. Thomas is in here for his pop effect. He can pop off a scale. He's a pendulum monster. And then you can special summon another level 8 monster from the deck. But its effects are negated. So that's a good card. Next we have one of my favorites. We have the Oblivion King Ragnarok. Pretty good card. Can banish monsters. He's also a monster reborn on crack. If you special summon or normal summon while he's on the field, you can special summon again. If he's in scale, you can special summon again. Play him.
Play him.
Don't not play him.
Play him.
Play him.
Just play him.
Next we have my one-ofs, my one-of DDs. Which a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me. The what are they called? Veteran D.D.D players. I play one. Ooh, that glare. I play one Copernicus. He's your Armageddon Knight. He's your Foolish Burial. He's really good support. Really good for getting your slimes engraved. He's also good for tuning with the next card that I wanted to talk about, with the Orthros. Orthros is your MST. There's not a lot of back row in the format right now, but there will be soon. People will be playing back row decks. There will be decks coming out with the release of Soul Fusion playing back row, and Orthros will help get rid of that. It will help mitigate that. And also, Orthros is a tuner, so you can tune with him and Savant Copernicus to go into your level 8s. Up next, I have a tech card that you could play, you could not play. It's up to you whether you want it or not. We have a Raijin, 2 Raijins actually. I play 2 so that I can special summon the other, and then it's level 7. I can synchro summon with it with my Lamia. Gets rid of problematic cards. It's saved me in the past before. I would opt to play Raijin, and he's a fiend and he's dark. He fits the theme of the deck, the Halloween theme of the deck, the demon theme of the deck. I would play him and maybe Gamma Seal, like just to help mitigate each other. But for now, 2 Raijins works. And now we're going to go off to the spells. This card is pretty important. It's kind of like the namesake of the deck. We have our Dark Contract with the Gates, which this searches everything. This searches all your monsters, all your DD monsters, and we'll get you where you need to go. We'll get your plays going. We'll get your combo started. It does everything it needs to do. Just play it, you know. I wouldn't not play it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Do it.
Execute.
We have a 2 of that a lot of people would probably say again. I would play one of. We have the Cursed Swamp King. It's a pretty good card. It lets you fusion summon from grave. It's an extra fusion summon. It's an extra monster. Jibbles has seen it before in the exhibition match where I fusion summoned twice.
Yeah, he did.
And
my existence.
I got plays off. So I play 2 because I want to pop one with Lamia to get her effect off of special summoning. And I want to see another.
He just wants.
Unfortunately, we don't run the the contract with Exodia because he doesn't believe in that.
Great, okay.
But
contract with Exodia
because you got to run all the contracts.
He doesn't believe in the ultimate one.
Next card is 3 Allure of Darknesses. In my original build, in my turbo build, this isn't the turbo build. This is more of the combo build. The turbo build would run 3 Pot of Desires, 3 trade-ins, and 3 Allure of Darknesses. In this one, I'm just running 3 Allure of Darknesses for the draw power because it does help. It clutches out. It will save you. I wouldn't play any less than 3. You could play 2. You could test 2 to see where you go, where you get.
So it's get her done.
Get her done.
Get her done build.
Up next is my least favorite card in the deck. I hate this card. I'm starting to hate it more and more, and I need to play it. I understand that I need to play it, but here it is. Called by the Grave. Called by the Brick. Brick by the Grave. Bricking of the Grave. Brick by the Brick.
All the cards he hates, he always plays.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you have to play this card. It saves you when you need it. It doesn't save me. It hasn't saved me yet. It's bricked on me more than it's saved on me. But I would say play it. I mean, there's no worse feeling in the world than getting your Copernicus or your Kepler's ashed.
Yeah, hand traps are still a thing somehow.
We have Soul Charge. Not much to say about that. Like in all our videos, we're going to go ahead and tell you just play Soul Charge. Play it. It's not for every deck, but in this deck, if you Soul Charge, you win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But
up next, we have Monster Reborn. This is a really good card. A really good... this, I would say, is a tech for this card, for this deck, because you have a lot of Monster Reborn power already. You have a lot of Reborn power in the form of Ragnarok, and then in the form of Genghis, and then in the form of High Flame King Genghis, and then in the form of Alexander. You can reborn a lot of things. You can get a lot of things done. Play this card if you want. You can take it out for something else. There's a lot of interesting things that you could use. We have Foolish Burial because you still want to send your slimes even with or without Copernicus. You want to make sure slimes are engraved. You want to make sure Lamias are engraved. You want to make sure there's something engraved to reborn. Can't say not to play this. I really wouldn't say don't play it. Like, there's some cards in here that I play like as an option. This one is kind of a necessity. Up next, we have One for One. This one is self-explanatory. It lets you get your Kepler out free. It lets you get your Lamias out for free. It lets you get your Necro Slimes out for free. And then it lets you get your Linkaribo plays, which Linkaribo is starting to become the combo starter for this deck. Up next, we have a tech of mine that I'm trying out because we pulled it, we didn't want it, and we threw it on the floor. And I found it the other day that I was cleaning the studio. Yeah, that I was trying to clean the studio. And I kind of like the idea of it, you know? Like, I don't know. I gotta put more level 6 monsters into my deck, but you send a level 6 from hand or field to grave, and or is it extra deck? Something like that. And you draw 2 cards.
Oh,
and
that card.
Yeah, this card, Celestial Observatory.
I say it could be good.
Yeah. And I thought about it, and I was like, Genghis is level 6. And I thought, Genghis Engrave, that's great. You know, like, what else? And it can work out. Just try it. Don't try it. It's up to you. Up next is the 3 brothers that I love myself. Rudy hates these cards with a passion.
I hate them. They're absolutely...
Everybody hates these cards.
They're cancer in this game.
We have my Full Force Virus, my Deck Devastation Virus, and my Epidemic Eradicator Virus.
They're annoying.
These are some of my favorite cards and have always been some of my favorite cards. They've been tech cards of mine for a long time. Yeah. When I played in Zector format, I would use these, and I would wreck on Mermails. I would wreck on windups. It really was a shock to Shockmaster.
Free my boy Shockmaster.
Free my boy Shockmaster. I know, right? Free Shockmaster, right? First Stratos, then Genghis, now Shockmaster.
Bring back ASL Core back to 3.
Yeah, bring ASL Core. Make ASL Core great again.
Oh my goodness. Cold Wave to 3.
Cold Wave to 3. Super Rejuvenation to 3. Oh my god, we're just getting at nothing.
Nothing with these cards right here.
Anyway, you can tech these cards in, or you can try the turbo build and play 3 Pot of Desires. The turbo build is fun. The turbo build will go crazy. Like you gotta be fast though. Like you gotta get your turns off fast. But play these cards if you want. They really do help. They do clutch out, and when your opponent is trying to get rid of your monsters, it really helps that you can get rid of them yourself. So up next is the extra deck. This is the very, very important part of the deck. I will say that not a lot of decks are different nowadays. Not a lot of extra decks are different for D.D.Ds. D.D.Ds play a lot of the same cards and have always played a lot of the same cards. But we're still going to show you the extra deck, and we're still going to talk about it. So the first card is 2 of my boy, Genghis, the regular Genghis. You fusion summon into him. He used to be the first turn play, the first turn fusion summon. Now he's not. Now it's Link or Ebo, and then fusion summon. Him and Lamia make Alexander, and then Alexander comes back with Lamia, and so forth and so forth. He brings back a monster itself. Genghis will always be good, and will, I think, always be a staple 2 of in any D.D.D deck. You can try 3. 3 might be a little bit too much. You can try 1. I think 1 might be a little too less. But I think 2 is just right.
I knew you were going with here.
I mean,
I hated it.
You say it all the time.
I don't say it all the time.
Yes, you do.
I literally
go back in our videos, guys. Go back in our videos and watch where Rudy says that exact same thing that I just said that he hated, and comment on there and spam him.
You just said
at Rudy Raspberry.
He just said I said it a lot of time. I only said it just that once.
See, he just admitted that he said it that once. Look where he's going with this. He's going in a circle.
Danny.
Anyway, so now we have King D.Arc. Who I think is a girl actually, but so I think Queen D.Arc, but
you can't even tell the gender of a card.
Yeah, but I mean it's like, hey, who cares? You know, it's 2018. She wants to be a king, she can be a king. Very important card for the Synchro Summon. Level 7 monster. Gets your level 8s out. Lets your Fusion Summon plays come out. Also, if you keep it on the field, I'm going to say it. When you take 1,000 damage from your... Because with this deck, you take 1,000 damage for everything that you do. And that will really bite you in the ass. I found that it bites you in the ass. My friends will tell you that it bites you in the ass.
If you play the deck for elongated period of time, then the deduction's going to add up at the end. So that's why you want to kind of get everything off your first couple turns and try to push for game in the beginning, because if you wait too long, then you're going to get caught with your pants while you waste, because you're losing 1,000, sometimes 2,000 life points.
Yeah,
every single turn.
I had it at one point where I was losing 4,000,
yeah.
and that was bad. But with this card, any damage that is done to you is instead added. So, pretty good card, pretty good support. This one I can't say not to play. So up next we have one of my favorites. We have Beowulf. Does piercing damage, and he's level 8. That's pretty much it about him, but I really like him. The piercing damage is helpful, and then the level 8 is good for the overlay aspect to get the Xyz and Gibbles. What's the next card? So now we have the boy, the man, the myth, the legend.
The brand new one.
The brand new one. High Flame King Genghis Jumpman.
Up to something.
He's so good. He's what this deck needed. His negate effect is God sent. His special summon effect is God sent. His level 8 is God sent. His 28 beater is God sent.
Okay, Danny.
I love this card. I'm about to start crying, y'all. So, I've been waiting 3 years for this card. I don't know what else to say about it. Just play, try to, but if you want, you could get away with one.
Wouldn't that be funny if we play for a couple months until the next battle list comes out and he just gets put to one?
He might, honestly.
That'd be hilarious.
So next is the XZs, which we only play 2, but they're very important. We play Hope Harbinger, which is easier to get now. He had a little bit of a downfall in price. I believe these are going for $2 a piece, which again, I'm gonna do the market watch. You just wait, just be patient with the market watch thing. So Hope Harbinger is pretty good. It's a pretty powerful card, negating the spell and then redirecting the attacks. I can't say much more about him. Up next is probably Rudy's most hated card.
I hate this thing too. It is
Jibble's most hated card.
Absolute.
And it's one of the most powerful cards that's ever been created. Is Duo Dawn King Kalyuga. Cold Wave. Nukes back row. Negates everything. 35 beater. Get at him. 2 D.D monsters. That's all he needs. He's such a good card. Such a versatile card. Helps with everything. I can't say anything less about him. He is the king himself.
Ooh. Oh no, I'm just doing my thing.
Oh, sorry, Rudy. So we have Meteor Burst Dragon. This is a combo facilitator. You go into Meteor Burst Dragon, and it lets you use your Ragnaroks, your Abyss King Ragnaroks. It lets you use him for both his effects. So you can get off his special summon effect by scale, and his special summon effect where you special summon this, then you special summon... The combo is special summon this, special summon Ragnarok, special summon Lamia, then synchro summon with this and Lamia, and go into Crystal Wing. And then you have a Ragnarok and a Crystal Wing backed up. So, play Meteor Burst. It's a necessity. Up next is Alexander, the Curse King Alexander. He's a monster reborn for level 4s or lowers. Pretty good card. He's like Genghis. He pretty much does the same thing Genghis does, but he's very important in his own right because he's a synchro. You'll find that he's just important. Up next is one of my favorites, negates spells. I catch people with their pants down, exactly, as Jibble says with this card. Negate spells when you're trying to activate them mid-activation. Curse King Siegfried is very powerful. There's a combo where you can get out him, like I was saying in the beginning, him, Crystal Wing, and Hope Harbinger, and that's pretty much game at that point.
Speaking of
Crystal Wing, we have Crystal Wing in question. In question.
Is Crystal Wing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I did buy it.
No one's saying you didn't.
You said his Crystal Wing?
No, I said, is it Crystal Wing?
Oh, is it Crystal Wing? Yeah, it's Crystal Wing. Yeah. Anyway, this is a very powerful card. In this deck, it's needed because of the negate of monster effects and then the power of gaining the attack points.
Depending on the level?
Depending on the level, of course.
If it has a level?
If it has a level, you're right. I wouldn't play 2, I wouldn't play 3, I'd just play 1. Up next, we have our
second
links.
Crystal Ring?
Second Crystal Wing. I know, right? Like, going into a second Crystal Wing.
It's not even a second Crystal Wing, it's Clear Wing.
Oh, that would be cool. Up next is our links. So we have our Wee Witch, who I was debating on either Archfiend Mad King, the Mad Archfiend King, or her. But I found that with Linkaribo, she is so much better. And I shouted them out last video, and I'll shout them out again this video. Zephyros Gaming, thank you for the idea. I've been watching a lot of y'all. Pretty cool guys. Get at them if you get a chance. Hopefully they see our videos, and hopefully they'll shout us out eventually. Maybe I'll send them a message saying, hey, I like your ideas. You've helped me with my decks. Anyway, so Wee Witch, I like the combo. She helps out player. Do this one instead. We have Decode Talker, who isn't necessary, but it helps.
Again, a card Danny hates.
I don't hate it.
You always complain on it.
I complain about it, but I mean, there's a lot. I complain about Julio, and I don't hate Julio.
You hate Julio.
I love Julio. So, Decode Talker, pretty good card. Has a negate effect. Has a boost effect. Is strong. You could get away with playing a Boral Sword or a Boral Load, or even a Soryuja. This deck can make Soryuja fairly easy. But I find that Decode Talker works. And then finally, last but not least, we have our mascot, Linkaribo. Yay!
So much build up just for a little...
For a little shit.
Little entrance, you're like, yay.
Yay.
I mean, it's Linkaribo.
It's Linkaribo. I mean, I've been talking about him the whole video. You knew he was in here. He will help save you. He will help get you into your plays. And most important of all, he is our mascot. So thank you guys. That was our D.D deck profile, our Halloween deck profile.
One of them.
One of. There will be an exhibition match as well. We don't know between what yet, but there will be something. Stay spooky, y'all. Hashtag catch us on turn 2. I checked it out. Fact check. I checked it out. We are the only ones using catch me on turn 2. Hashtag catch me on turn 2.
And us.
It's just us. Oh yeah, catch us on turn 2. That's another hashtag of ours. Get at us. Donate to the Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you use this deck, if you net deck this deck, let me know how it did. I love this deck. This is Jibbles. How many times have I made this deck?
Like a dozen times. He doesn't stop, guys.
I love this. I love it.
We are trapped in this never-ending circle of DDDs.
I make DDDs at least once a month. You know, I sell the deck and then I make it again. So I go between the turbo build, and I'll profile the turbo build eventually. Just give me some time. Thank you guys. We love you, and keep in watch for the shirts being made. And most important of all, Rudy,
catch us on turn 2.
Thank you, and happy Halloween, guys.